Good afternoon, fellow classmates. So before I get started today, I do want to give you a quick disclaimer. There are some disturbing images or images you might find disturbing of deceased marine life. So if that is something that you're sensitive to, I wanted to let you know ahead of time that that would be incorporated in this speech. So some of you might have heard of the University of Alabama and their Crimson Tide mascot, or maybe the chant, "Roll Tide." Mascots usually reflect the fierce nature and complete annihilation of an opposing team. Hopefully after my speech, you will understand what makes red tide such a powerful force. So today I want to talk to you about the very real and natural phenomenon that has significant impacts on our oceans, the environment, and our health. This is called a red tide. Red tides are also known as red algae blooms and occur when red algae blooms or rapidly grows out of control and releases harmful toxins into the water, which can have a significant impact on marine life, human health, and the economy. So red algae blooms cause a discoloration in the water. Usually it's red, but sometimes it looks a little bit more brown than red, and this is where it gets its name, the red tide. Many of you reflected in the class survey this is the first time you've ever heard of a red tide, and you might be wondering if this is something new, maybe something that's developed recently out of environmental changes. However, they have been occurring for hundreds of years, and though there has been an increase in their frequency and severity in years, this is thought to be caused by a combination of factors, including changes to the water's temperature, pollution, and nutrient runoff. Different studies, such as Red Tide by biologist Molly Nation and colleagues from the National Science Teachers Association in 2019, have shown that red tides can have a detrimental and long-lasting impact on marine life, particularly on fish, shellfish, and marine mammals. Another study titled Red Tides and Marine Mammal Mortalities, conducted by Dr. Leanne Flewelling of Marine Biology and her colleagues in 2005, found a correlation between red tides and marine mammal mortality. While Dr. Klaus Moltner, an expert on environmental economics, and his associates have more recently, as of earlier this year even, suggest in their article, Harmful Algae Blooms and Toxic Air, the Economic Value of Improved Forecast, that improved forecasting of red tides could have economic benefits in terms of reducing loss to fishing and tourism. One of the reasons why harmful algae blooms disrupting tourism can have such an significant impact on human health are the toxins that are released by some types of algae during red tides. This causes respiratory irritation, skin irritation, and other problems, especially in people with pre-existing respiratory or immune system issues. In some cases, these toxins can also contaminate seafood, which can lead to foodborne illnesses in humans. In the same article mentioned before by Molly Nation and colleagues, they warn of the potential risks posed by red tides and recommend that people should avoid consuming seafood during a red tide outbreak. Finally, it is worth mentioning that some human activities, such as oil spills, may exacerbate the occurrence and severity of red tides. A study conducted by Keanu Liu and associates found evidence that oil spills may have contributed to the frequency and severity of red tides in Chinese coastal waters from 1973 to 2017. This information can be found in their published works titled Environmental Science and Pollution Research in 2021. In conclusion, red tides are a complex and multifaceted natural phenomenon that has a significant impact on marine life, human health, and the economy. Between the causes of red tide frequency due to pollution, toxic impact that they have on marine life and human life, we can assume that they are harmful to many environments and lives. In combination with previous works and future research, there's an opportunity to understand, predict, and mitigate the impact of toxic red tides on human and marine life. Thank you for listening.